Hi, my name is Sarah. Sorry about my hair. I'm not feeling the greatest today. Um, so I am submitting a video for stand up. I don't like walking around seeing people being pushed around in schools and seeing people be even called names. That's like a major put down to be called a name. I went through it all. I've been bullied before for a very long time, actually, for like 2 or 3 years, because I didn't know how to stand up for myself. Um, so I'll tell you the story now. Um, it started when I was 9. Um, well, not when I was 9, but like maybe 10. But it all started when my dad passed away. My dad passed away. There was a guy that was stalking me and my brothers, and he would knock on the window, and it would just freak us out. And we would run up to our mom and dad saying, "Somebody's at our window, knocking at our window in the backyard." And at first they didn't believe us, and then we would keep like seeing him knock on our window. So finally our mom and dad started like hearing him. And so one day it was like my dad got home from work and my mom went to get him um, eggnog, because it was Christmas. It was around Christmas. So my mom went to surprise him and went to get him eggnog. And she came home, and my brother and my mom didn't know where my dad is. And my dad liked to go sometimes after work to go get some beer. So that's where my mom thought he was. So for after an hour or two, she started realizing, oh, he's not here. So like he's not back. That's kind of strange, because he's normally back within like half an hour to an hour, but he wasn't ended up being back. So my mom went in the back and saw him on the floor, and police say that he was hit with a baseball bat and had a heart attack. So, and they figured out who it was, but they didn't end up arresting this man because he was mentally challenged. So they didn't end up arresting him. So the man got to stay. He didn't even go into jail. So the man got to stay out. And then after like a week or two, I went back to school. And the first day I went back to school, me and my brother went home because we didn't want to be home alone, knowing that that guy was still out. So me and my brother, my mom got a babysitter for us. It's actually one of my brother's friends' moms. So we ended up going there after school. But the man actually ended up following us. So we had to move, and he ended up following us there. And then when my mom came and picked us up, he ended up going into her car, and taking her purse. And then like a few days after, it came from knocking on the window to starting to try to open the doors. So my mom decided that we were going to move because she didn't want us in that environment anymore, being afraid for our life anymore. So we ended up moving fairly quickly, and I ended up going to a different school. And the first few days of school, they were fine. You know, the new person, let's get to know her. But I have Tourette's, so I think after a few days, people started noticing that I was different. Like, I would make noise and I would hum and I would like do like different movements. I would always be moving around, and people thought like that's not normal, and they would start calling me names like I'm an idiot and I'm a loser. And that was going on for about a year, and I was getting like really depressed, and I felt like I had no one to go to. If I went to someone, I felt like maybe the bullying would like get even worse, because nobody likes a snitch. That's what they call it these years. Yeah, so I didn't want them calling me. I didn't want to get make the bullying get even worse or be called a snitch or anything. So I just kept it to myself, but keeping it to myself didn't make it any better. It kept on going on, and finally I got tired of it, and I decided that I needed to stand up for myself. So at first I was just like, they would see my reaction, I would cry, and then I started saying, hey, I don't like that. I don't want to be called that anymore. So it kind of got better, but still not. So finally I decided that I needed to tell someone. So I went up to my favorite teacher, and I told him that I was being bullied ever since I came here, and I don't want to be bullied anymore. It's time for me to stand up. And he helped me. He kind of talked with me and told me everything's gonna be all right. And he ended up telling my mom. Well, I told my mom, but he told her too. And my mom ended up telling the principal, and so did my favorite teacher. And so after a while, it was still like there was a bit of bullying, but it pretty much stopped, and I started making friends, and it was pretty good. So I was able to be happy, and knowing that I stood up for myself, I felt so good about myself, and I didn't know it would feel this way. I didn't know that I would feel so happy that I was left alone now. I have friends. It was really different for me being bullied and not being able to lean on anyone. I could have leaned on someone, but I didn't feel like I was good enough. And I didn't like that feeling that I wasn't good enough. So I finally had enough and just said, I gotta stand up. So I made friends. I had a great year and two after. And then my last year, there was actually this kid. We were in the gym for this recess program in the gym. You could invite a friend, and we ended up playing basketball.